First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Live starts now.
We're just trying to make sure we can get out, and so last night our flight canceled, and so we're here till like midnight, and so now we're back again today.
Yeah, right now the East Coast is bracing itself against a powerful storm that barreled through the central U.S. this weekend. The Mid-Atlantic facing a historic threat from northern South Carolina to the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, steering down a 60% chance of damaging winds from severe thunderstorms. Meanwhile, here in the South, weather whiplash. Snowflakes are expected in several places like Tennessee, Alabama, and northern Georgia. Just hours after strong to severe storms ripped through with damaging winds. We've seen some of those flurries in northern Alabama as well already. Jackson, Mississippi saw snowflakes and sleet pellets earlier this morning as well. Air travel turning into a nightmare during spring break with a combination of weather impacts plus a TSA worker shortage amidst an ongoing partial government shutdown. Several places in Michigan and Wisconsin received more than 30 inches of snow since a blizzard began hammering the region just this weekend. We're told at least one person died in a crash in Minnesota, while hundreds of vehicles went off of the roads and dozens were hurt in crashes, according to the state police. They're quite the elements. As we just saw, we're seeing our own fair share of chilly weather on this Monday. We'll get a look at our local forecast in just a few minutes. But for now, welcome into Fox 10 Live. Let's continue our trending headlines of the day. Well, the Iran war's disruption of shipping in the Strait of Hormuz is raising big concerns for American farmers. The waterway is critical for transporting supplies needed to make fertilizers, as well as the finished products, including about half the world's supply of urea, a nitrogen fertilizer for crops like corn. Also, about a third of global exports of ammonia, key for most nitrogen fertilizers, and sulfur, another vital nutrient for crops. Shipments that have essentially stopped since the war.
With the closure of that strait, it's lifted prices here in the United States by several $100s per ton. So that immediately squeezes farmers' bottom line.
I've not seen this level of disruption before. Urea prices are up 50% since that Friday before.
According to the Fertilizer Institute, the U.S. imports about 35% of its fertilizer needs every year, with supplies often arriving just in time for use. Well, meanwhile, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles has been diagnosed with breast cancer. President Donald Trump made the announcement this morning on Truth Social, writing the disease is in its early stage and Wiles has an excellent prognosis. She plans to continue working full-time remotely as she undergoes treatment. President Trump said Wiles will begin fighting her cancer immediately, but he did not indicate what treatment she will receive or just how long it could last. And in our local headlines, recent infrastructure repairs on Clark Avenue are now complete, and the stretch between College Street and Josephine Street has reopened to traffic. City officials say the project addressed several long-standing underground issues that had caused road closures and safety concerns. Crews repaired a damaged storm drainage pipe that had been causing soil erosion and even sinkholes in this area. Workers also stabilized underground voids linked to a broken sewer lateral, coordinating with the Pritchard Waterworks and Sewer Board to secure the roadway's foundation. Now, this project wrapped up with crews milling the old pavement, laying new asphalt, and adding fresh striping. City leaders say the work is part of the administration's infrastructure initiative and a key step in its 100-day plan, focusing on shovel-ready projects aimed at improving safety and neighborhood infrastructure across the city of Pritchard. 3:04 now, let's toss it over to Steve Alexander for a preview of what crews are working on for Fox 10 News at 4 and 5.
This is Steve Alexander on the assignment desk. Some of the stories we're working on today. Mobile Sheriff's officials say they are looking for 5 people now in connection with a shooting death in Pritchard. Yesterday, they say the driver of a car was shot. Also, Atmore police have now made another arrest in connection with a shooting we've been following now. January 19th is when that shooting happened, they say. Well, first came the storms and now the cold weather, and now Mobile County has opened 3 local shelters as warming centers. Hal Shurk is doing an important story about cyber threats and also online safety. a workshop for people in Baldwin County to learn about how to protect themselves. And Shelby has an interesting story. She introduces us to a Mobile student with a genius IQ. 146 puts him in the very superior range, as it's called. And did we tell you? He's 12 years old.
Wow, that happened fast. We went from storm threatening the area this morning to much colder weather moving in. Temperatures in the 50s this afternoon. And looking at the top of the page on our Fox 10 weather app, we've got a freeze warning in effect for the area. You can see for tonight, everything in purple with the exception of the immediate beaches. And this is not the kind of hard freeze situation that you would see in December or January or February. This is going to be a light freeze, but the problem is it is a late season freeze. We've had some warm weather. Everything is blooming and the trees are budding out. And so some people may have put their gardens in a little too early. And it looks like we're going to see a light freeze, all areas in purple tonight. Plan accordingly. You may have to protect some plants and that kind of thing. That's the primary concern. You can see how cold the air is behind this front. We are getting snow in Alabama today. Northeast Alabama up on Lookout Mountain and Sand Mountain. Some snow showers ongoing. Some snow showers on the Cumberland Plateau of Tennessee and up into the Appalachians. And so that colder air is making it down here too. Of course, we will not see any wintry precipitation this far south, but we will see a situation where we're going to have some colder air. And this morning and last night, some gusty winds across the area as the storms rolled through, and even post-frontal breezes going on this morning. We had a gust to 37 at Mobile Regional Airport. Here's where we're going from here when we track those temperatures over the next 10 hours. And overnight tonight, we're going to see the numbers dropping off pretty quickly. So I know it's probably a distant thing in your closet, but if you could dig out that heavier jacket or coat, you'll probably need it first thing tomorrow morning. We're going to see freezing temperatures in many spots. Most locations will see an overnight low around 30 degrees tonight. Wind chills will be a little colder than that, and we'll track that coming up.
Okay, wow, I already pulled out my coat this morning, actually, and I know several of my family members who live in northern Alabama did as well. Some even pulled out the snow boots today because we saw some flurries.
Yeah, light snow up there, and that can happen when you have a March system that's this dynamic, cold air behind it.
And we'll take a look at it right here. This first picture coming in from Suzanne Listenby. This was snow from Moody, Alabama. Is that north of Birmingham?
It is. It's northern Alabama. Yep, a little dusting there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Definitely not enough to make a snowball or go sledding, I'm sure. But I know lots of folks were out there enjoying it for sure. A beautiful picture there, Suzanne. Thank you. This next one is from Cheryl. This was sleet in Citronelle. I did not realize we got some sleet earlier.
It's possible that with the showers coming in that we could have seen a little brief mixed precipitation. It does look like maybe a little bit of sleet pellets or two there kind of bouncing off the windshield. And it wasn't anything significant as far as measurable precipitation, but it's interesting the models have been hinting that we could see that. It's just such a big swing from where we were.
Hit or miss for sure. Cheryl, thank you for sending that one in to us as well. This next one is from Tracy Bishop. Skies over Orange Beach today.
This morning before the clearing, we had some really crazy looking clouds as the front was coming through. And, you know, the storm's gone at that point, but definitely seeing some of that low cloud cover coming in post front.
And I assume a windy day at the beach today.
Very windy. Yes.
Understatement of the day.
Windy everywhere today and chilly.
Absolutely. Yeah, the wind's been brutal outside. I've tried to stay indoors for the most part today. Rebecca Lockwood sent us this one. Her miniature azalea bush is ready for spring to come and stay. Jason, I think a lot of folks feeling that today. Yeah,
everybody would like for spring to come and stay, but it's going to go away for about 2 or 3 days. We will have a warming trend in the extended forecast, but you know, in many locations, the azaleas were just about in full bloom ahead of this.
I know. All of my bushes were full near my house. They're looking beautiful. This morning, though, not looking so great.
Yeah, the breezy conditions.
So,
it may blow some of those blossoms off, too.
Yeah, for sure. Excited for this weekend when we get those warmer temperatures and also the first day of spring, correct, on Friday?
Yeah, first day of spring Friday. Tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day. A lot going on this week, but not feeling like it, at least initially. By the weekend, we'll be back up to around 80 degrees.
Right. Sounds good. We'll get through the next few days for sure. Angela Roney sent us this pretty incredible picture here. Lightning on the bay in Fairhope. Look at that.
Some somebody was up early. Yeah, you could. We had an amazing storm system coming through. We did have some lightning strikes, and you can see it kind of looks like it's one strike that split into two there.
Yeah, I like how Nick said it earlier today. He said we've seen the kitchen sink of weather all across the U.S. today.
I know we've gone from record highs to potential record lows tonight, and severe weather and everything in between.
It's wild, but I know you've seen a lot of that here, especially living on the Gulf Coast for sure. You know how it is. We definitely want to see your pictures and videos. Jason, if folks want to send it in so they can appear on Fox 10 Live, how can they do that?
Well, if you have a pretty picture you've taken with your smartphone, you can use the Fox 10 weather app, and you just load it up, scroll down, and there's an easy way that you can share content.
Yeah, especially right now, we want to see your pictures. We want to see where you're coming from. We will be right back with more Fox 10 Live after this break.
Not as much as last year, but we got some.
Be part of the team and share your story on the Fox 10 weather app. Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Live.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Live on your Monday. The House of the Mouse is getting a new set of ears. Take a look. Josh D'Amaro will take the reins as CEO of Disney on Wednesday. He's got a pretty big job ahead of him as the company embarks on a $60 billion investment into the parks. Disney is also doubling its cruise ship fleet in the next 5 years. And it should be within his expertise because he is an insider. He spent the past 6 years overseeing the company's most lucrative businesses, which include parks, cruises, and consumer products. But his main challenge will be translating that to shareholder value, as Disney stock has fallen nearly 50% over the past 5 years. And look at this, a short-lived cult science fiction TV show from 23 years ago is making waves online. The star of the 2003 show Firefly announced on Instagram an animated version of the show may happen. Nathan Fillion says the project already has a script and the blessings of original creator Joss Whedon. He asked for fans to help spread buzz about the possible project, and they certainly delivered. His Instagram post has gotten more than 900,000 likes since he posted it on Sunday. The 2000 film Serenity was a spin-off of the TV series. Well, McDonald's, meanwhile, says it's going to reboot its value menu to help financially strapped consumers. The country's largest fast food chain says it's going to launch its longtime McValue menu items and redesign some deals to help consumers who still feel priced out when buying a basic fast food meal. McValue 2.0 will feature $3 items and $4 meals. The new items will actually replace buy one, add one sales deals. So the reconfigured pricing would include items like 4-piece chicken McNuggets or a sausage biscuit for $3 and $4 breakfast deals with a McMuffin sandwich, hash browns, and even coffee. The move comes on the heels of last year's successful $5 meal deals that helped bring customer traffic back to the stores. The McValue 2.0 menu will roll out in April. We'll keep you updated when it does here locally as well. Well, meanwhile, Mexico makes it a master class and a world record, too, in learning how to play soccer. In Mexico City, fans of the world's most popular sport jammed into the city's main square for the world's largest soccer class. Look at all those people on your screen there. The event took place as the country is set to host the opening match of the 2026 World Cup in June. The Guinness World Record team acknowledging 9,500 people in the class for a new world record, smashing Seattle's of 1,038 soccer fans in a class last year. Mexico, the United States, and Canada will be joint hosts for the World Cup. Mexico hosted the World Cup in 1970 when Brazil won, and 1986 with Argentina the winner.
All right, here's what we're tracking. We got a light freeze in the forecast area tonight, and that can be a problem late in the winter season and early in the spring when we see sensitive vegetation that's already started to bloom and blossom. And our wind chills tomorrow morning between 20 and 25. Our air temperatures will be closer to 30. We'll see another potential frost event tomorrow night. The freeze warning is in effect for all counties and areas in purple. The only exception to that would be the immediate beaches, and we will be close to freezing at the beaches. Around the area, we have a few little clouds wrapping around here, but no precipitation in the forecast area now. Winds are really coming around out of the northwest. These are our sustained winds, 23 miles an hour at Mobile Regional, 21 miles an hour in Pensacola, with gusts up around 30 to 35 miles per hour. Tonight, the wind will stay up a little and the temperatures will drop a lot. And so the result will be some pretty significant wind chills overnight. Wind chill as low as 20 in Grove Hill. 23 is the predicted wind chill for early tomorrow morning in Mobile. You definitely want to tune into Fox 10 News tomorrow morning. Check in with Matt. He's going to be tracking these wind chills. 26 in Pensacola and Gulf Shores for the wind chill in the morning. That is a tough start to the day in mid-March. And around the area right now, just a little bit of cloud cover. No problems. Overnight lows tonight. This is where we're going to feel the sting of some colder air. And I think generally from I-10 northward in Mobile County and Baldwin County, that's where we're going to be below freezing. And so we've got Mobile at 31, Sims at 31, Tanner Williams and Grand Bay at 32. 32 in Robertsdale and Seminole, mid-30s at the beaches, but low 30s to the north in Citronelle at 30 degrees. Panhandle temperatures, looks cold, but we should be above freezing in Pensacola. You get north of I-10, it's going to be a close call for Milton, 32 in Cantonment, right about 30 from Crestview to Walnut Hill. Further north, we'll all be below freezing tonight, and some spots will see some 20s. 28 in Thomasville. 29 in Jackson, 29 in Atmore, 28 in Monroeville tonight. And Leakesville, Mississippi should be right around 30 degrees. Same thing for Lucedale. Will be below freezing, generally north of I-10 in Jackson County. Our forecast tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day, middle 50s and some sunshine. Gradually, we will see a warmer pattern, but it looks like frost is likely Tuesday night. Another cold night there. As far as the warm weather, it's interesting. Spring officially begins Friday, and it will feel like it. And we should be back into a warmer pattern, maybe here to stay this time, in our temperature pattern for the weekend, with highs back to around 80 degrees.
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, the 98th Academy Awards brought the movie awards season to a rousing close. David Daniel has a look at the night's biggest winners.
Michael B. Jordan.
A heavenly night for Sinners as Michael B. Jordan won the Academy Award for Best Actor.
And everybody at home who supported Sinners, who went to go see the movie once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, thank you. Because you guys made this movie what it is. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Ryan Coogler was recognized for the film's original screenplay, and Autumn Durald Arkapaw became the first woman to win an Oscar for cinematography.
Whenever I say thank you to Ryan, he replies and says, "No, thank you. Thank you for believing in me. And thank you for trusting me." And that's the kind of guy that I get to make films with.
Somebody take me.
The 98th Oscars included music from Sinners, which won for Best Score, and K-pop Demon Hunters, winner for Best Song and Best Animated Feature.
And for those of you who look like me, I'm so sorry that it took us so long to see us in a movie like this. But it is here.
This is great.
Amy Madigan was delighted to accept the Best Supporting Actress trophy for Weapons.
This is really something.
As was Jessie Buckley, named Best Actress for Hamnet.
Mom, Dad, thank you for teaching us to dream and to never be defined by expectation, but to carve from your own passion.
Sean Penn was not there to accept Best Supporting Actor for One Battle After Another, but the film's casting director, Cassandra Koulakundis, gleefully accepted the first ever Academy Award for casting.
And for the casting directors that fought tirelessly to make it happen, despite everything in their way, I dedicate this to you and to the casting directors who never got a chance to get up here.
One battle after another, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson was up there plenty. The One Battle After Another filmmaker won his first 3 Oscars: Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Director, and Best Picture of the Year.
What a night. You guys, let's have a martini. This is pretty amazing. Cheers. Thank you very much. Thank you.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
A beautiful night there for sure. It is 3:22 on your Monday. Now let's go ahead and take a live look outside into downtown Mobile. quite the chilly start to the week for us, but hey, at least we have a beautiful blue sky, some nice sunshine out there this afternoon. We'll be back with more Fox 10 Live after this break.
$95 or $27 a month interest-free in 2 gorgeous finishes. Now at Rooms to Go.
Welcome back. Listen to this wild story here. A Canadian man just broke 2 records after hopping on his knuckles at a competition in Whitehorse, Canada earlier this week. Look at your screen. This all happened at the Arctic Winter Games. In the knuckle hop game, the athletes mimic the movement of a seal on ice by using only their knuckles and toes and hop in a plank position. 43-year-old Chris Stipdonk won after hopping 217 feet. He not only set a new Arctic Winter Games record, but he also broke the previous world record of 191 feet. Stipdonk, who is also the oldest competitor at this year's games, will be able to hold on to the title for at least a couple of years, as the next Arctic Winter Games will take place in 2029. It makes me hurt just watching that video, but a big congrats to him. Well, it's double the cuteness at a zoo in Denmark, the Copenhagen Zoo welcoming 2 new baby additions. A baby giraffe and an elephant calf, both born last week. Zoo officials say both calves and their mothers are doing very well, as you can see on your screen there. This was the first time since 2024 that an elephant has been born at the Copenhagen Zoo, actually. And the newborn giraffe calf is the first of several baby giraffes expected in the coming months. If that doesn't warm your heart,